So, ladies and gentlemen, as we like to say, don't let the door hit you in the ass. It seems like Sportsnet and WWE could not come into an agreement on showing WWE programming now with the shift to Netflix. But of course, Sportsnet is very smart. They're not going to be resting on their laurels and feel sorry for themselves. They have picked up something I call probably a pseudo Canadian World Federation. According to a recent press release by Sportsnet, TNA Wrestling has a new home in Canada on Sportsnet. Sportsnet and TNA Wrestling announced recently a new multi-year agreement. As part of the agreement, Sportsnet, which is 360 where they were showing it, will air TNA's weekly flagship show, TNA Impact, every Thursday on Sportsnet 360 and Sportsnet Plus beginning on January 2nd. Sportsnet 360 will also broadcast TNA's Explosion, TNA in 60 and other TNA classic matchups and moments from the promotion's more than 20 years of history. We are thrilled to bring TNA Wrestling to Sportsnet 360, said Anthony Ciccone, president of TNA Wrestling, in a statement. Anchored by our weekly flagship TNA Impact, this partnership is a major step forward for TNA Wrestling as we expand our distribution on one of Canada's largest sports outlets. They have right now, Sportsnet draws upwards of 10 to 15 million viewers per week, either on live or demand, so this is a big boost to a federation that's basically considered in Canada half Canadian. Now, TNA Impact will continue to air on Access TV and TNA Plus in the US, in addition to being distributed internationally on TNA Plus and other leading broadcast platforms. Now, for those who don't know in the States what Sportsnet is, this is Canada's number one sports network, in addition to being the official Canadian NHL national multi-platform rights holder and regional broadcaster for the Canucks, Calgary Flames, Edmonton Oilers, and Toronto Maple Leafs. Sportsnet also has extensive coverage of the Blue Jays, the Toronto Raptors, UFC, and more. Now, TNA Wrestling is a subsidiary of Anthem Sports Entertainment Incorporated and a division of Anthem Sports Group. TNA is one of the world's top wrestling brands, considered a world championship federation, producing over 200 hours of original content annually and televised in 200 countries, including Access TV in the States. Founded in 2002, TNA's wrestling deep library of premium content is streamed across the world on key OTT platforms, including Pluto TV, Roku, Samsung TV Plus, and its own on-demand subscription service, TNA Plus. Now, it has a powerful social media presence with over 10 million engaged followers across all major services, ancillary businesses including live events, merchandise, licensing, and sponsorship. Now, we all know that TNA Wrestling has a major Canadian, or associated Canadian roster of stars. Currently, the world champion is Nic Nemeth, better known as Dolph Ziggler. Possibly also one of the strongest female champions in years for the women, now Masha Slamovich, and with that asshole Moose, well, I can call him that because he is one, as TNA X Division champion. Now, the digital champion, ironically, ladies and gentlemen, also holds the unofficial Canadian world title belt from International Wrestling. Of course, that's PCO, the Frankenstein of Wrestling. He's the TNA digital media champion. Now, of course, the world champions are the Hardys, with Spitfire as the TNA Knockout world champions. So key wrestlers on the roster, including Ace Austin, Ace Steel, Aiden Prince, AJ Francis, the former title holder of the international belt, and lost that, of course, to PCO, Alan Angels, Alicia Edwards, Blue Panther Gujar, Alpha Bravo, Ash by Elegance, our former WWE star, Brian Myers, Campaign Singh, Chris Bay, Cody Diener, Crazy Steve, Dina Luna, Eddie Edwards, Eric Young, another Canadian, First Class, which is the AJ Francis thing, Frankie Kazarian, Gail Kim, another Canadian superstar, Gia Miller, Hammerstone, Havoc, Heather by Elegance, Jack Price, Jake Something, Jason Hotch, Jade Chung, of course, Jeff Hardy, JDC, Jody Threat, maybe future world champion, if you say his name, he may become it, Joe Hendry, John Schuyler, Jonathan Gresham, Jordan Grace, Josh Alexander, another Canadian star, Casey Navarro, Judas Icarus, Kevin Knight, Killer Kelly, Kylan King, Khan, Kushida, Laredo Kid, Lee Young Lee, Leon Slater, Mark Cardona, who is crossing over with TNA, with AEW on a regular basis. Matthew Redwald, Mike Santana, Mustafa Ali, the former WWE superstar. Rhino, ECW and WWE star. Rich Swann, again, the former WWE. Rosemary, Ryan Nemeth, the brother of Nic Nemeth. Sammy Callahan, of course, the Canadian Director of Operations, Santino Marella. Savannah Evans, Shira, Shogun, Steph DeLander, Steve Macklin, Tessa Blanchard, Tasha Steele, the Good Hands, the Hardys, the Northern Armory, which is the affiliation with Josh Matthews, the Rascals, the System, which is part of the Moose stuff, Tommy Dreamer, the ECW original, Travis Williams, Trent Seven, Trey Miguel, Isaiah Brookside, and Zachary Wentz. So TNA, again, a very, very exciting federation, some really key wrestlers, and not say they're the number 3 federation in the world, but are pretty close because New Japan and there's different affiliates. There's different wrestlers that come in on a regular basis. So the ongoing plot, will Joe Hendry ever become TNA World Champion? Maybe they're waiting for this. But they're going from a system, ladies and gentlemen, where they're only getting maybe a few 100,000 viewers a night. Most Sportsnet wrestling shows can get 2 to 4 million people a night because it's multiple streams. And what Sportsnet does, they used to repeat WWE. So you're saying to yourself, why didn't WWE allow Sportsnet to show it? They're taking a little bit of a risk because most Netflix in Canada it's not really a good feed. Now, is that going to work? Well, a lot of people hope it's going to do because it's good for wrestling. But TNA and Sportsnet is a great fit because every Canadian is a wrestling fan. We invented professional wrestling. We perfected Canadian wrestling. And the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be our Canadian wrestlers. So you got Adam Copeland, Bret Hart, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho. There's no surprise, ladies and gentlemen, that TNA is coming to Sportsnet. It's a good fit. And Sportsnet could have gave up on wrestling and said, we're going to maybe kowtow to WWE. Maybe the asking price was too big. And the idea, ladies and gentlemen, for people that are tired of WWE, TNA is a good fit because it's like an old school type wrestling format. They do very, very good wrestling programs, but having PCO there and the Hardys there and the different Josh Matthews, Eric Young, the Canadian content is strong. And the female knockouts are quite strong as well. Good female wrestling, Bachelor Slammers, Jordan Grace, who might be going to WWE and crossing over. It's kind of strange because TNA is affiliated sometimes with AEW, and TNA has been affiliated with WWE in recent weeks, and WWE doesn't want to play ball with Sportsnet in Canada, and it looks like right now NXT will staying on the CW for a short while. That's what I'm hearing. So for the WWE fans, for wrestling fans, this is good because a lot of people were scared that Sportsnet was going to drop wrestling. They weren't going to show repeats of Stampede Wrestling from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s there. But see, in Canada, we're keeping wrestling going because even on Game TV in Canada, TNA was doing good ratings. And like I said, we feel very connected with TNA because PCO again, Pierre Carl, the former, part of the Rougeau the tag team, the Quebecers. But PCO, seeing him carry that Canadian title, what a great thing to see. I knew something was going on, and here it shows up. But this was talked about negotiations for months. So TNA coming to Sportsnet in Canada. Catch it, ladies and gentlemen. Most people across Canada have Sportsnet, or you can do it as an add-on. It's going to be tremendous. And Thursday Night Wrestling, you got AEW, you got NXT on Tuesdays, Raw on Mondays. Wednesdays is AEW, Thursdays is TNA, Fridays is SmackDown. Again, 15 to 20 hours of prime time a week, so it's going to be great for the wrestling fan. Have a good one, and don't forget, give me a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.